Hello everyone, my name is Chima Buri and I am the instructor for the live market group trading session here at Traders Haven. Just wanted to give you an update or market wrap on our day today. We had a pretty good day as far as setups were concerned. We actually didn't trigger into too many trades today, but the triggers happened just after the group session was completed. So we set up about 5 or 6 trades, and fortunately they all triggered and they're all doing somewhat pretty well or showing promise. Every day before we start, we take a look at this particular currency pair here, which is the euro pound. We like to see which currency is in charge of the day, and that dictates sometimes which trade we take on the euro dollar or pound dollar pair. As we can see, this trend line has been in place for a good little while, since the 11th of January, and the euro has been getting beaten up by the pound actually for some time now. And as we can see, as we zoom in, we finally had a break of this downtrend line, showing us a potential for some euro strength. And in our next trade, I'm going to show that example or how that actually came into play for us today. So we broke the trend line, came down, retest, and as you can see, we have our buy entry right here, just waiting for the market to continue higher. We talked about this, and we actually took this trade during the live session group. Now let's go over to the euro dollar and see what happened here. We saw this setup happen during the session, but it didn't trigger until afterwards. Price actually broke, and what we wanted to do was see price actually come back down and retest this level before we entered into a buy. And as you can see, we entered into a buy on the euro, and so far we are currently up, let's say about 35, 36 pips on this. Price actually moved a little higher here, all the way up to, wow, 78 pips. So you can take it as high as you want. Currently right now we're up about 30 pips. This is an hourly chart. On our 4-hour chart, it's looking very promising here. Actually, during this chart we had a break in the retest, and now we're having a very bullish looking candle. So we've taken a portion of our profit off of the trade. We don't want to be greedy, and we do want to collect some profit, but a third of the profit has taken off. We've moved our stop to break even, and we're going to let the rest of the trade ride. So far we're having some support around the 8 and the 21 moving averages. All right. Also, we are in a trade in the pound. We saw the pound start to strengthen a little bit. It had gotten beaten up pretty bad overnight by the dollar, and we saw what we call an engulfing candle. So once I saw that, I was like, wow, this looks like the market can possibly turn around. And in actuality, we saw this similar candlestick pattern set up in a majority of the dollar pairs today, whether it be the euro dollar, dollar Swiss, pound dollar, Canadian. We saw a lot of reversal indications. So what we did, as price moved down and actually came back down and tested this area, I saw price hit the low, and then I said, let me enter here at the 50, and I think price will probably continue higher. And it did, and actually we're up about, let's say, 30 pips on this. I've taken half the profit, moved my stop to break even, and let's see how the rest of that trade works out. Now, we saw this set up during the live session. Actually, price was just starting to break down this trend line. This trend line has also been in place for some time. We're looking at hourly chart. This is the dollar Swiss, and we've seen a bullish nature in this pair. And actually, here is that setup once again. We have what I call railroad tracks at the top of this pair, and it happened right at a key Fibonacci level, and I entered into a short at this level. As you can see, I really like this setup. I entered into a few positions here. You can see as price broke and retested this level, I kept entering into sells, and so far we have 3 different positions. I've actually taken 2 of them off. I really like this trend to continue. So far on these positions, I have 59 pips on this one. On this particular position, I have currently about 57, and on the highest position here, we have currently about 66, 65 pips. So we're doing having a very, very big day on the Swiss trade. That was also set up before everyone left today. Also, we have a pretty good setup here on the CAD. We looked at this as well. We drew our trend line. This is on an hourly chart as well on the dollar CAD pair. And we see that this uptrend for the dollar has been in place for a couple days now on our hourly chart. And what we started to see, price broke down and then started to give us a lot of wicks. So at that point, we're like, all right, well, what we know what wicks mean. Wicks mean that we have a high probability that price will get down or at least go lower. And because of that, we entered into a sell. As we can see here, we have a lot of wicks here showing that price is avoiding this point for some reason. Once again, on our hourly chart, we had an engulfing candle indicating some form of reversal. We had price test that area 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times. So we see the exhaustion. Price is now selling below the trend line. Obviously, we're in this trade. We're only up a few pips, but the setup is there, and hopefully this trade will continue throughout the evening. So I wanted to just give you guys a brief wrap up on how today went. Today was an excellent day for our setups. The triggers actually happened after the session, but during the session we talked extensively about what you want to look for in order to get into your trades and as well as take profit. So hopefully you guys will join us in the future. As we can see, we're doing quite well in the group, and hopefully you'll be able to take part. Have a good day. Happy trading. See you guys tomorrow.